Hey, what's up? Amelia here. Let's see what's making news. First up to the UK, where a 10-year-old boy has raised more than $90,000 by sleeping outside in a tent for 200 days. Yep, it's quite the accomplishment, and it's all for a good cause. Here's Charlotte.
This is Max, and this is his tent, where he spent the last 200 nights straight. But it's not just because he loves camping. He's actually doing it to raise money for a hospice nearby who supported and cared for his neighbour Rick before he died.
Amazing man. He was super fit. He loved the outdoors.
Rick gave Max the tent, and he promised him he'd have a great adventure in it.
He started a couple of days after the beginning of lockdown because we actually said no to when he asked the first few nights.
But once he got the all clear, there was no stopping him.
As you can see, I've got all my teddies, my Beano. It's very snug and very small, but this is what I call home, so I've got to live in it.
So far, Max has been kept company by the family doggo, read a lot of comic books, and endured some pretty wild weather.
It is very cold and very windy.
While he initially only set out to raise £100, he's now smashed more than £50,000 or 91,000 Australian dollars.
I'm planning to do a year in the tent and then see where it goes from there, really.
Then he's coming inside.
No, I'm not. I'm not.
Across Europe, countries are tightening their COVID rules because cases keep going up. They've now reached around 100,000 a day. French President Emmanuel Macron says Paris and other major cities will have nightly curfews for the next 4 weeks. Northern Ireland's closing schools for 2 weeks and restaurants for 4, while in the UK, Prime Minister Boris Johnson says he wants to avoid another national lockdown, but he's brought in tougher restrictions in higher risk areas like in Liverpool, and that's been controversial.
They're not particularly fair in some ways.
Now, would you check out an aquarium that was home to robots instead of real marine life? Well, that could be the way of the future.
Meet RoboDolphin. Well, that's what I'm calling it anyway. This remote-controlled dolphin swims, behaves, and even apparently feels like the real thing. It's not just a fun imitation. The makers hope it could replace the need for real-life dolphins at theme parks and aquariums.
There are like 3,000 dolphins currently in captivity being used to generate several billions of dollars just for dolphin experiences.
While animals in captivity can be an important educational tool and even help with conservation, they say there are big downsides too.
An easy way to think about it is if your normal day consists of swimming 100 miles in the ocean, and now you're swimming 75 feet, and that's your entire existence, it's just so unnatural an environment.
So they want to see their robots take that place instead, with the added bonus that they don't need food or create any waste. But that's not all they're dreaming of.
Great white sharks, fantasy dragons that could come out of the water and spit fire, Jurassic animals that you could swim with and experience that world. It's not only about dolphins, it's also about anything your imagination can come up with.
If you're afraid of heights, then look away now. You didn't, did you? Well, then enjoy feeling a little dizzy during this next segment, where everything is happening from great heights. These two cliff diving champions jumped from scarily great heights into this weird lake in Transylvania. While these guys are used to being up super high, this spot's actually 120 metres down, underground. It's one of the world's oldest salt mines. Why play tennis at a normal height when you can play it at an unusual height? Am I right? At least that's what tennis stars Andy Murray and Alexander Zverev probably thought when they agreed to play on a rooftop. It probably wasn't the most challenging match of either of their careers, but you've got to be careful not to lose the ball up here. And this looks way more fun. A college student in the US is hoping to slide into the Guinness World Records by slipping down his homemade 100-metre slide on a hill at his grandparents' place as fast as possible. Best speed so far, 10.4 seconds. Well, that's it for now, but don't forget to come back down to the ground level. Oh, and like and subscribe when you get here. Thanks for watching.